At SAO football, a sport that drives the world crazy. He is not the king of the United States. We still call football the king sport. In Vietnam, the movement. Football is always evolving. No matter what the time is. It can be said that Vietnamese people love football very much. I love football as much as the Brazilians. The Spanish brother. But in America, Americans aren't crazy about football like that. They're crazy about things like the Super Bowl. Or the World Series. At SAO football, it's not a king sport in America. Before diving into the story of football, so let's imagine for a moment about the sports territory of the United States. America is a sports superpower. And they have 4 disciplines called the Big Four. For big men dominate that gaze. The first is the NFL, which is American football. It's been in a lot of American movies. The images of football. Players dressed like a warrior. Hold the ball. Oval crash together. It's like an action movie. The next sport of interest in the United States. One of the Big Four is baseball. The third subject is basketball. And the fourth is ice hockey. These 4 are not just sports. It's like the American identity. This is the Super Bowl of the NFL. It is no different in Vietnam. Well, everyone gets together to eat and party. And that's what Americans call soccer. Not to be confused with football. I just got into this picture. With the MLS Professional League. Born a little before the 2000s. And this prize is now in the spotlight. Because of the appearance of Lionel Messi. Football is not in the Big Four. For major sports. It's also growing every day. Especially for young people and diverse communities. But he still can't be king in America. To make it easy to compare, let's imagine sports in America. With the number of people who come to the live stream. And the audience watch through TI6. The first is the number of people who come to the stadium to watch it live. Football always attracts visitors. Each match has an average of more than 67,000 people. It's very large at a capacity of 70,000,100,000. People are also normal. Americans love football so much. Tickets sold out in minutes. It's like hunting for Sun Tung's concert tickets. Baseball is second with an average audience. About 30,000 people per battle. The baseball field is smaller, but it's still a lot of fun. In football we are third. With an average of over 20,000 spectators per match. Teams like La Galaxy or Inter Miami could fill the gap. The numbers are bigger. It's because football is attracting young people. And Latino and African communities. Since Lionel Messi joined Inter Miami. This team's field is always crowded. But he's not king yet. Basketball. It's about 14,000 to 18,000 spectators per game. A basketball stadium is smaller than a football or baseball field. So the yard is always full and it's hot. And hockey. It's 15,000 to 17,000 spectators per game. It's similar to basketball. Hockey is mostly an audience. In states like Minnesota or Michigan, where people like to skate. In short, in America, rugby remains the absolute leader in attendance to the pitch. Baseball second and football surprisingly comes in third place. This shows that football is also on the rise. Especially with young audiences. As for the audience through TI6 SAO. Once again, football is in the lead. For example, a match of a football season. There will be an average from 17 to 21 million viewers on TI6. Baseball has about 1.5 to 2 million spectators. Usually every battle. Basketball has about a 6 million audience per average match. Hockey has about 500,000 spectators. And football is just starting to fall apart. Because there is only about more than 300,000 spectators per match watching only through TI6. In short, when I'm talking about a live narrative on TI6, football is missing. Compared to all the sports in the big group 4 of America. But at SAO football cannot forever reign in the United States. At SAO football, it can't be America's king sport. Let's go back in time to the 19th century. When football started to arrive in the United States. Millions of people from Europe, like the Republic of Ireland, Germany, Italy. He came to America in search of a new life. And what do they carry? They're not just clothes, they're not just furniture, but also their love of football. A favorite game. At the moment, football has no clear rules. Like now it's kind of like we're shredding rocks. In my village yard, every place plays a certain way. As many people as possible, 7 teams. There's a team of 15. In general, play is very messy. Brother, who are considered the fathers of modern football. They were the first to bring this to America. They rock the park, factories or schoolyards. In the 1860s, the documents were recorded. The first football games in America. It's mostly workers and students. The British played together. Football right now is just a little fun. It's not organized. Each immigration group has its own rules. So the games are often chaotic. Maybe the 2 teams will fight to see who wins. Because the rules are not the same on each side. Football at the same time. Another sport has emerged. It's called American football. Rugby comes from your rugby but by American universities. Repair and refurbishment. Football. With VA hits like action movies. More American than football. So the big schools rush to play football. And push the football off the edge. It's not just football, baseball also crushes football. Baseball has been played in the United States since the early 19th century. And in the second half of the 19th century, the American Professional Baseball League was born. Baseball. It quickly became a national sport. In the second half of the 20th century, football. Just a little more interested. The event is 1975. Football king Pelé of Brazil joined the New York Cosmos. The whole United States was shocked. The stadium was packed with spectators up from a few hundred. It's about 30,000 people, then 70,000 people per battle. A ball game of Cosmos 1977. It attracted a total of 77,691 viewers. The 6th century of American football. P is not alone. Later, other celebrities. It also came to America. Do you know the AI or not? They bring quality and pride. Making football a fad in America. By the year 1914, the CI World Cup has changed a lot. The World Cup is not just a tournament, it's also a cultural nudge. Americans don't care about football. I started watching football. Kids start playing football in the park. And Latino families cheers for teams like Brazil or Mexico. American football is officially back. And to be posted to the CAI World Cup at the time. United States committed to FIFA. It's going to be a professional football league. So MLS was born in 1996 with 10 teams. The beginning is not easy. The audience is very small, just over 10,000 spectators per game. The field is not professional. And football is still under pressure from other sports. While men's football struggled, I have to say that women's football is unmatched. The United States has won the World Cup 4 times. To become a global icon. American Women's Soccer League. It also attracts a lot of audience. With the 2022 finals. Attract up to 915,000 viewers subscribed to TI6. So we see that even though football is growing, it's not number 1. There's a couple of reasons like this. In addition to the reasons we talk about the calendar, the history of football. Americans have a little bit of national pride in sports. Baseball, rugby, basketball. They're all cosmetic products. Football is seen as a product of Europe and South America. In 10 years, 1,900. American football is mostly played by immigrants like the Germans. Italian, Mexican. But the immigrant community wasn't strong enough to bring football to the mainstream. There's also a lack of football tournaments in schools. Or strong universities. The birthplace of stars. But these universities are often, they produce stars. For other subjects. In the United States, college sports is the SAO super furnace. For example, most football players. They all shine from the universities. Football doesn't have such a launch pad. Until the end of the 20th century. Outside of history, culture plays a huge role. In, well, making football impossible. Americans see Chinese sports as having to act. Must be a touch and multiple scores. Let's see. In football, each match has 10 VA phases. Continuous scoring. Basketball is also scoring constantly fast-paced. Baseball is slower. But there are explosive moments. Make the audience stand up screaming like crazy. 2 goals per game is a lot. Maybe 90 minutes without AI scoring is not even. For Americans, this is a bit difficult to accept. They want VA to touch constantly. They want to act continuously. They want to keep scoring and they don't like to wait. That's why in America, sports is a billion-dollar business. And TI6 is a gold mine. But football is not good. With how to do it in the US. In the United States, things like football, basketball, or baseball, these sports have a lot of breaks. After each round, there are 3 breaks between the rounds. And this helps radio. TV puts ads in to make a lot of money. While the football is played every 45 minutes continuously. Plus in overtime. There's only 1 break. There is no room for advertising, except for such a break in the middle. TV stations in America don't like this. They also have little interest in football. But history also changed when Messi, the greatest player in history, joins Inter Miami. The whole United States exploded. Messi doesn't just bring football closer to the audience. It's also for people who've never seen sports. I've never seen football and I'm curious. The United States will host the 2016 World Cup with Canada and Mexico. This is a chance for football to explode. The 1994 World Cup in the United States was held in the 6th century. The number of spectators coming to each match, that's an average of nearly 69,000 spectators per game. And World Cup 2.026. I predict the numbers will be even worse. Thanks for your interest. Follow this story. I hope you understand that at SAO. In America, football is not a king sport. And your friend shared SAO on this issue. Leave a comment under the comment section.